Guys, who doesn't remember the crazy times of the COVID years? April 2022, the Prosper new construction market reached its height with average sales prices of $1,114,000. Now we can all remember that was fueled by high demand and really low interest rates. But just a month after that, things really took a turn for the worse. Interest rates doubled and that put a lot of buyers on the sidelines. And we saw that sales price average plummet to $754,000. Yikes. The people it really hurt were the people that bought in 2022 and, within the last couple of years they tried to sell, they just weren't able to. But fast forward to today, and the Prosper new construction market has fought its way back. As of February 2025, the Prosper new construction market has finally surpassed that 2022 peak. That's right, an average sales price stands right now at $1,122,000. The difference? I think these prices are true and they're only gonna go up from here. If you're new to the channel, I'm Tommy Wooten, putting the woot woot in Prosper, Texas. And this video is a 2025 breakdown of the Prosper, Texas new construction market. And in my next video, I'm gonna show you what a regular day is like for someone that lives in Prosper, Texas. All right, guys, let's talk about who's actually building in Prosper right now. Lots of home builders. I'm actually out here in Mosaic, master plan community that is going up in North Prosper, and some of it is actually Salina. We'll get to how confusing some of the addresses can be here in a little bit. But Prosper actually has a really balanced new construction market. There's about 15 home builders that all bring a little something different to the table. What this does is it creates a competitive landscape. You get different floor plans and elevations, which means the front of the home. You get homes that are built on different size lots. And that really does help any neighborhood to stay away from that cookie cutter look. So right behind me, you actually have Highland Homes. They've built a lot of homes in Prosper. And right now, they're out of Windsong Ranch. They're currently building here in Mosaic and in Star Trail. Now, between here in Mosaic and in Star Trail, Highland Homes is offering very different products. But if you are a fan of Highland Homes, these are the two communities that you are gonna wanna look in. Now, aside from the big names like Highland Homes, American Legend, Toll Brothers, there's some smaller home builders that I really enjoy. I'll drop a couple names to you. I love Southgate Homes, really enjoy Tradition Homes and Bloomfield Homes. The reason I really enjoy some of the smaller builders has to do with their smaller corporate office. It's easier to get someone on the horn if anything goes wrong. They also offer you a feeling that may feel a little bit more exclusive to you guys. So those are just a few names I wanted to throw out to you if you are not already aware. Guys, the point is, whether or not you're looking for a big name builder or if you're looking for a more personalized experience, Prosper, like I said, it's got a lot of different home builders and can definitely make you happy in one way or another. All right, guys, one of the misconceptions about being in Prosper ISD is that, well, it must be Prosper, and that's not always the case. Guys, I counted around 22 new construction developments in Prosper ISD, but only 12 of those are within Prosper city limits. Why does that matter? Because where a home is located can drastically determine the property tax rate, the city services, and even utility costs. So like I said, if you want to live within the city limits of Prosper, there's a few neighborhoods you should be considering. Windsong Ranch, Star Trail, Legacy Gardens, the Brook Hollow development here in Cambridge Estates. This is being built out by First Texas Homes, another smaller home builder that I just love them to death. They offer a lot of value. But homes within the district are really divided into Denton and Collin County. I mean, that line goes right through Prosper. And not only that, Prosper actually has several public improvement districts and municipal utility districts. Those are MUDs or PIDs as you hear them called, and they are their own property taxing entities. So let's talk about those two things. If you are looking at a development like Mustang Lakes or Artesia, you will be paying a PID tax or a MUD tax in lieu of the Town of Prosper tax or the City of Salina tax. Now let's talk about those homes outside of the Prosper city limits. I've counted 10 communities outside of Prosper. So for instance, if you're looking in Collinsbrook Farms, which is another First Texas Homes development down in Frisco, you will have the City of Frisco taxes, Prosper ISD taxes, and Collin County taxes. And we can't forget the community college tax for Collin County, that is Collin College. Now what I've found is there's a premium on being inside of the town of Prosper city limits. For instance, in one video, which I will tag right here, I had a look at two very similar homes built by First Texas Homes, one of which was here in Cambridge Estates and the other outside of Prosper city limits in Sutton Fields. And what I found was a drastic difference in the price per square foot. And I found the same to be true if you're looking in the Frisco part of Prosper ISD, the McKinney part of Prosper ISD, and the Salina part of Prosper ISD. So what that tells me is the developers and the builders really are placing a premium on a central Prosper location. All right, guys, I'm here in the Brook Hollow community, and I wanted to talk to you about school zones and what you need to know as a home buyer. One big mistake that you will absolutely regret is not looking down the line at what Prosper ISD has planned for the neighborhood you're thinking about moving into. Prosper ISD rezones neighborhoods pretty much every year. That is one of the pain points about being one of the fastest growing school districts in the state of Texas. So many people moving here, so many schools being built. This fall, Prosper is going to open up a high school, a middle school, an elementary school, and the burden needs to be taken off some of these schools. So I want to pull up a map and show you what the current school zone boundaries look like, and then what the 2025-26 school zone looks like. And Prosper ISD is nice enough to show us the future school locations, so we can all get a little bit of a feeling as to what neighborhoods are closest to those. It's very possible that you make a decision to move into a neighborhood and it gets rezoned as your kids are in different schools. I'm a parent ambassador here, so not only can I help you find the right neighborhood, the right lifestyle you're looking for, the most beautiful home that suits your family, I can also help you set up a campus tour of the Prosper ISD school that you're trying to get into. All right, let's send it back to the studio so we can talk some numbers and some Prosper new construction pricing. Now, this tool doesn't absolutely have every home builder and every development in it, but it's one of my favorites, New Home Source. And from what I can see here, there are still floor plans being offered in Prosper ISD under $500,000 in the community of Liliana. Now, have a look at this. On the other end, we have Pure Luxury, Highland Homes, Star Trail. We have a big 5-bedroom home, almost 5,000 square feet. So there's a wide array of homes that you can get in Prosper. Okay, so when we look here, this is interesting. Guys, here we are with our month supply hovering around 4.2. That's a decent amount of inventory. It means that you can get a deal. But look at this plateau. We talked about 2022. Guys, May 2022 is when those interest rates doubled. And look what happened. Feels like April to May was something else. But have a look at this. It jumped from 4.9 to 7.4 months of inventory, and the rest of the year was not wonderful. The new construction market in Prosper was very shaky for a little while, and then it spent a lot of time trying to come back. And finally in 2024, we saw a little bit of that comeback, and here we are in 2025. Balancing it all back out. One of my favorite metrics, the price per square foot. When we look at the new construction here in Prosper, the average price per square foot, $255. That to me is very impressive when we look at how long the interest rates have been where they are at right now. In 2024, the average interest rate was 6.7%. We don't expect for that to change a whole lot this year, but I do think that these prices are here to stay. All right, let's head back out to Prosper. All right, guys, let's talk about the future growth of Prosper and how that affects the new construction market. Before we get into that, I wanted to show you a few specs that are here on the ground, and I've gone ahead and tagged my rating to these specs for your enjoyment. If you are interested in more community ratings or the new construction rating system, I want you to check out my other channel, Dallas, Texas New Construction Deals. All right, guys, so future development of Prosper. You should know that right now, Prosper is more than 43 subdivisions from what I've counted. We're at 42,000 residents, set to cap out somewhere around 72,000 residents, whenever that may be. Set to cap out at 6 high schools, whatever that may be. We're opening our 4th this year, but really the growth is kind of tough on the commuters. We talk about Highway 380, very popular. That is a project that is the widening of the border to the south end of Prosper, divides Prosper and Frisco, Prosper and McKinney, and that is along the West Prosper southern border. We're talking about neighborhoods like Sutton Fields, Windsong Ranch, the Villages at Legacy. A lot of the residents in these communities really get to feel the pain points of that 380 widening, but we've got other projects going on too. FM 1385, the widening of this road really will affect the communities of Edgewood Creek and Sutton Fields. Guys, this is a project that right now does not have an end date. We thought it would be open and complete in 2027. The date has moved on that a little bit. Let's hope it's not too far, because that is a pain point if you are looking to move to the west side of the district. Moving a little bit more centrally, north and south, the widening of Legacy, which will affect the Villages at Legacy. It'll affect Star Trail, Mosaic. Along Legacy is First Street right there in West Prosper as well. If you're starting to gather a lot of the trend, West Prosper is growing at a faster rate than East Prosper, which a lot of which was already taken care of. It's odd. This is like one of the only new construction communities in East Prosper. But like I said, First Street and Legacy are set to be done sometime in 2026 to 2027. Now, another major highway is the Dallas North Tollway. This is a major thoroughfare that goes all the way from downtown Dallas, guys, all the way up, and it terminates right now in Prosper. Well, right now they are in the middle of extending the Dallas North Tollway through Salina into Gunner. So that is a project that will commence probably through all of 2026. They say it's supposed to end in 2027. We can't be surprised if that's delayed and it finishes in 2028. That pretty much affects everyone in Prosper, not just people that are looking in new development, but Star Trail is the community that is closest to the Dallas North Tollway. So guys, Prosper is growing fast. I mean, if you're thinking about buying new construction here, understanding a lot of the stuff that I laid out in this video is crucial. We've covered property taxes, school zone boundaries. We talked about the prices of new construction here in Prosper. And of course, what the future of Prosper looks like. Prosper is one of the best places to live in the whole state of Texas. I stand by that. But having the right information really is important. I'm not just a realtor here. I'm a parent. I'm an ambassador of the school district. So if you are thinking about moving into Prosper, would love to connect with you. Call, text, days, evenings, weekends, that's quite all right with me. But I want you to subscribe and hit that bell so you can see my next video that I upload, what a day is like in Prosper. All right, guys, whoop, whoop.